In the last few days, the Dogecoin whales are starting a buying frenzy, scooping up over $128 million worth of Doge in just 2 days. What is going on here? Why is this Dogecoin being accumulated by these whales so rapidly right now? And what do you have to look forward to with the price of Doge? Yesterday, I gave a little Dogecoin conversation about the dollar Doge, which I think is possible. And clearly, these whales are on board for much higher prices on Dogecoin. Let's talk about some of the deadlines coming up for the Doge ETF and why these whales are buying over the last 2 days. Smash a like, subscribe to the channel. Welcome back to the Crypto Report, everybody. I'm Crypto Kip. Looking at this story, you could get pretty excited, right? Now, just a warning, just because you see whales purchasing doesn't mean it's like time for you to ape in with a big sum of money at that moment. Actually, historically, you should be buying things when they're low. And relatively speaking, Dogecoin is quite low compared to where we were just a few short months ago back in December. Now here we are in May, and we're down 63% from where we just were. So you've got a 63% discount, still a very big discount. But at one point, not too long ago, we were, in fact, a nice 25% lower. So, if you had been buying on this trend line, which was very clear, we've been reporting on Dogecoin and talking about these trend lines. If you had bought down towards this trend line, you could have already had a 37% bounce in just less than a month on Doge, which is incredible price gain in a month. If you're scooping up these dips, you get rewarded handsomely. And clearly, the whales are doing that. But the whales are buying here. You see, we have two giant green candles because the whales are accumulating. We are seeing this kind of start to move up. We're also seeing our total market cap for the crypto space start to move up, maybe back towards that $3 trillion level. And Bitcoin dominance is not totally breaking out yet, though it could start to head higher. Lately, Bitcoin has been stronger than Dogecoin in general, but perhaps we're about to see a big altcoin move. Is that why these Dogecoin whales are buying? Well, let's read into this one just a little bit more. Not a tremendous amount of detail on this, but after a bearish start to April, which everything was kind of bearish in the beginning of the month, Dogecoin has actually bounced up towards the end. Bitcoin actually had a bigger percentage move over the last month than Doge, so that's something to keep in mind. But there is some data that reveals that whales have actually scooped up 800 million Dogecoins worth 128 million in just the past 2 days. This is happening as, there are some people that are hinting at a breakout coming soon. But in order to see the breakout for Dogecoin, we're going to see a breakout for Bitcoin and the macro side of crypto overall, which did just kind of get a little shift in the winds with the jobs data that came out, kind of decreasing the chance of a potential Fed rate cut and, a little bit sooner at least. And we're probably still going to get rate cuts later this year, but we want a rate cut sooner rather than later to get price action to the upside for risk on assets like Bitcoin, and especially for meme coins like Dogecoin and just the whole crypto market overall. So as we are seeing things kind of recover for crypto right now, we do need to keep an eye on what the Fed is doing still, but there is a lot that has been leaning bullish. Now, they're talking about on the daily time frame, it still leans a little bit bearish, but I think that the whales are buying this $128 million worth of Dogecoin right now because they're not looking at tomorrow, right? I think they're looking at things like this. Doge News: NASDAQ seeks the SEC approval list to the 21 shares Dogecoin ETF. There is a Dogecoin ETF coming. We've talked about this. Couple things to keep in mind with this, guys. The filing comes as the SEC postponed its decision on the Bitwise Spot Doge ETF application, extending the review period to June 15th. So by June 15th, they are going to have a decision on this Bitwise Spot Doge ETF application. And we're probably going to get a Dogecoin ETF in 2025. And I think that this coming sooner rather than later, and honestly, the timing of this is going to be right around when the Fed is probably going to be starting to cut the rates and lowering them in June. I think they're probably going to lower the rates in June likely. There's still about a 60% chance of that. I think that that's why there's accumulation going on. Now, when you see it, should, again, you be FOMOing into Dogecoin because you just see whales accumulate? No, historically not. Honestly, I kind of like to wait for the dips to buy. But if you're looking with a long-term vision towards the future and you believe that, we're not just going to have a bull market that ends in 2025 and even if you think it's going to end in 2025, I still think there's general accumulation opportunities still. We've got about 150 days left, 170 days left till the end of this bull market if it ends in 2025. But if you think, especially it's going to go into 2026, 2027, or 2028, like the Bitwise, I think it's Bitwise CIO came out and predicted the other day, and the founder of Crypto.com has talked about this. Well, then maybe you're just accumulating this thing over time because you believe that Dogecoin can go tremendously higher. The whales are buying, I believe, because we are, even with this jobs report data, still kind of getting closer to the rate cut. Yep, it kind of caused a little bit of fear in the market. We're getting a little bit of a pullback from yesterday to today, but we're kind of starting to come back up. And Dogecoin, from its previous high, market cap high, it's 3.3x away. I think it can go higher than that. I wouldn't be surprised to see Dogecoin achieve over 150 billion or maybe even $200 billion, which sounds crazy, but it's the first big meme in crypto. It's the first one to get an ETF. It's backed by Elon Musk. I'm looking forward to all these things, and whales do like to accumulate it. If you want to trade Dogecoin or Pepe or any of your favorite coins like Bitcoin, you can sign up for Blowfin using our link. If you want to check it out, guys, you get up to a $5,000 deposit bonus when you sign up using our link if you want to do some trading. I'm bullish on Doge, guys. I'm not surprised to see whales accumulating. Again, this is the 8th largest cryptocurrency by market cap. Take away stable coins, and it is the 6th largest cryptocurrency behind Solana, Binance, XRP, Ethereum, and Bitcoin. That's a meme. It's Dogecoin. I think it's the king of the memes. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know in the comments down below, guys. I just wanted to talk to you guys about this whale alert and the fact that they're buying millions worth of Doge right now. Smash a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. I'll see you in the next one. I got 2 videos right here if you want to check them out, guys. DCA HODL, and do your own research, my friends. Peace.